this Armory deck actually appeals to me. Now again, Armory decks normally, it's something that's meant a little bit more for somebody who's just hopping in on the game. Yes, I know that, there are cards that people want to get from them when they are exclusive cards, right? So I know that players who are more franchise players, people have been playing for a while, they want to get the Armory decks as well. But mostly, you're looking at it if you are a brand new player. But this new style, I love it because I think Armory decks really are a great way to bring back some old talents or combinations of talents, right? Jarl here, he's an Ice Earth Guardian. So in a way, he kind of replaces the Oldhim slot, which has been empty for a long time. Of course, he brings back Ice. We're finally seeing some more Ice, and he's probably a little bit more Ice focused than he is Earth based on his ability. So of course, you never know what kind of other fun things we're going to find in the deck, other fun cards we have coming up for Jarl here in the future. But I think the thing I like the most about this Armory deck here is that it is a new hero. It's not an old hero reimagined or an old hero, current hero that's just, has a new version to make it easier for people to hop in the game on that hero. It's something that's brand new. And I like that. I think that's more fun. It feels fresh, not only for a new player to be able to pick up a deck where it's not some deck that people have been playing for years prior to that. And so most people already kind of know what they're getting in going against your Armory deck. Right? You get something new, that it's new not just for you, but potentially kind of a newer feel for your opponent across the table. Very, very nice. But it also, again, just feels fresh for somebody like me who's been playing for a while, who loves Ice, who misses Ice, who wants to see a new hero come in. I like it. I think it's fun. It feels to me way more exciting than a reprint of an old hero. Like, to me, it's more exciting than seeing Oldhim 2.0. Not to say that we don't want to see that at some point. Of course, right? People want to see Dromai come back somehow. They want to see Chain. You want to see different people. I want to see Lexi. But now that I've seen this, honestly, I'd probably like a new Ranger a little bit more. A new Lightning Ice Ranger. Even more than I would like to see Lexi come back. Maybe. I don't know. That's my current take at the moment. I'm feeling a little bit like this. And it's funny because I also like, right, they're going back. It's fresh, but it's also old, right? They're going back and finding a character, Jarl Vetreidi, who's in pictures. He's in cards before. Obviously, Mangle is like the big one, that people like to look at and point out. But so he's been around, and yet he's new. I love that they're doing that. There's so many cool characters that you see in the cards of Flesh and Blood. It's like, let's bring them out. Get them onto the scene here. It's fun. It's really, really cool. So I'm excited about that too, because you get that chance to go back, not just the look of old cards, but the theme of them, right? You have the -1 counters on equipment. It was kind of something that, was technically there, but not super thrilling. And now it's a thing. So it's fun. It's exciting. I like that style of moving things around. The old adaptive dissolver cold foil there is a fun thing to see. It also doesn't hurt that I think Jarl is probably one of the coolest looking characters that we have seen on cards before. You could try and debate that with me, but I think he's probably one of the coolest ones. His armor is very, very cool. And then here in the Armory deck, you've got that gauntlet with ice on it. It's a pretty cool look. And he does pretty cool things. And I say that even as somebody, if you've talked to me about art styles and different things, you've heard me say, I'm not as huge of a fan of the gore, though I am fans of Channel Lightning Valleys. So it's, I look at Jarl and I think, you look super cool. I wish maybe we didn't have quite as many cards of heads being ripped off with it. But, you work with what you got. I like it. It's cool. I'm very excited to see this deck come out here next month in November. Oh, and you know, we're going to try and find fun fables along the way. That is a rainbow foil copy. One more pack here in this pretty amazing box, and then we'll do another box here to keep chatting about our friend Jarl. Another piece I love about this Armory deck is I love the timing of it. The timing feels so good, right? It comes right after Rosetta, and so it gives a little bit of a bonus value to some of the Earth cards from Rosetta. Again, we don't really have any idea how much, you know, you're going to be leaning Earth versus Ice and different things. We'll see as time comes, but let's put it this way. There were a lot of people not only going after Ice cards last night from the announcements, but the Plow Unders and Felling of the Crowns, they just started re-picking up and moving as well. So there is some nice excitement going along with the Earth cards. Hopefully we can find a couple more so we can ship a few more out for some people. But you know, that's awesome. Ice is back, right, with Rosetta. For me at least, it's kind of like, I mean, I love this set, don't get me wrong. We love it a lot. But it was like, oh, you know, can we get some Ice back too? We kind of miss that. So now you have that here. You've got Earth, you've got Lightning. Ice is back in action. All the talents from the good old original Tales of Aria, they're back. It's perfect. And you know, it really just gives another reason to be excited about that Guardian Mastery pack set that's coming out next March. I'll be honest with you, at first when I heard it, I thought the idea was kind of cool. I thought it was kind of fun, but I was not overwhelmingly excited about the idea of that set being Guardian. You know, for me, Ranger or something else would have been a little bit more happening. But now that we have this Jarl coming out, it's like, okay, I get it. I see where we're going here. I'm personally way more excited for that Mastery set to come out. It's also means, of course, that as you're grabbing this Armory deck, I'm assuming there's going to be some new cards in that set that are going to make it kind of exciting. Some changes from Jarl just from the first few months of him being out. So it's going to keep some interest, some engagement. It seems like it's pretty well thought out. I like it. I like it. Now, one thing to note, we got upside down packs here, is that the cost for this Armory deck is $20 more than the price point that previous Armory decks have been. And oh, we got another cool cold foil. Probably not because you're going to get cool cold foils in it, but we're going to check out some other stuff. It is Aether Bindings of the Third Age. We're going full wizard mode in these two boxes here. Will of Arcana. Cold foil Aether of the Bindings. I love it. Love to see that. Anyways, though, so the price point, it's higher than other Armory decks. And, you know, one of the reasons for that is there's going to be a ton of new Majestics. Sorry, not all new, but there will be a ton of Majestics. And there's a new Legendary to the deck. So they said there's going to be a new Legendary in there, and then about 23 Majestics. I believe that the 10 of the cards designs are new. And so there's a lot more value packed into this one than some of the other sets. Armory decks, excuse me. But really, you're kind of paying for the development of it more than you are paying for the color on the bottom of the card. Right, because especially in a non-randomized product, you can choose whatever color you want to put down there, and it is kind of what it is, right? You know, you can do it that way. So think of it more as you're paying for the development of it, because who knows, right? It's going to be interesting to see how many of those Majestics are going to be exclusive to this deck, or if any of them will appear in the new Guardian Mastery set or other things in the future. I would assume the Legendary would be exclusive to it, but maybe, you know, maybe in this Armory deck, you only get one version of the Legendary, right? I don't know, maybe it's going to be a rainbow foil copy, and then maybe they'll have a cold foil or some other cool, fancy, extended art, wild, something version, you know, in the Mastery set. Who knows? I got no idea. I do know that this box is a little bit sadder than the first box, unfortunately. But I do like this Armory deck, so it has a little extra phrase underneath it, right? It says Origins on it. And I'm assuming we'll get more, right? You can't just put one deck out like that. And I'm hoping that for every one of those, it's going to be a new character. I hope it's new characters, or like, you know, just a really, really, really good going back of somebody like maybe the Emperor. I don't know. Something like that. We'll have to see what they do, but it's fun. I like this new idea. I love the changes that are coming into it. I hope that we get to see many, many more of these decks like this. Man, it's a good time to be playing Flesh and Blood. LSS is firing on all cylinders, and like many of you, I cannot wait. Cannot wait to see what the next set for Q1 2025 is going to be. But before that, I'm probably going to buy my first Armory deck.